In this category, you have a special case wherein pro rata is in two categories, and as well as defaulters are also two. One is Mr. P and another defaulter is Mr. U. It's a special case. Under this case, first we will proceed as it is. You will make your first chart of application and allotment. There are two groups. One is group A and group B, or you call it category 1, category A, anything. Invited applications are 50,000. Company wanted to allot 50,000 shares, but applications which are received are for 70,000. In this case, company has not rejected any shares, but they have done pro rata, but further in two groups. For first group of applicants of 40,000, those who applied in this group of 40,000, they allotted 30,000 shares. Another group was those who applied for 30,000, to them shares allotted were 20,000. So we have pro rata at two places. Here also pro rata is there, and in this group also pro rata is there. Further, in this, the surplus is 10,000 shares. This money will go to allotment, second stage. Here also 30 minus 20, difference is of 10,000. This will also be transferred to allotment. We will combine it, and this would be transferred to capital. Breakup of shares. Your first stage is application stage, second stage is allotment stage, third stage is call stage. At the time of face value of the share is rupees 10. 1 rupee is the premium at application, 2 called. Here it is 2 plus 5, 7 plus 3, 10. Total is equal to 10. This means in this, premium is not included. So separately you will add. 5 will be taken off, 5 as it is. 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. 5 will be transferred to capital, 1 will be transferred to premium, 6 will be transferred to share allotment. Call is of rupees 3. This makes it 10 plus 1, 11. First journal entry, bank account debit to share application. First entry calculation is always done on the shares applied, that is 70,000 multiplied by 2, 1,40,000. Being application received, surplus applications are there, so we have to settle everything at journal entry number 2. Share application account debit 1,40,000 to equity share capital as well as to share allotment. In this case, nothing was rejected, so there is no bank. Allotment 10,000 from here and 10 from here, add together, that becomes 20,000 in quantity. Rate is rupees 2. 20 into 2 is 40,000. 40,000 is the calls in advance for second stage. 50,000 into 2 is 1 lakh rupees, which will be transferred to capital. Entry number 3. Share second stage, share allotment account debit to security, premium, sum is of premium, to equity share capital. Again calculation, total number of shares are 50,000. 5 rupees is in capital. 50 into 5, 2 lakh, 50,000. 50 into 1 is premium, 50,000. 50 into 6 is allotment, 3 lakh. Next, it is about receiving now. Bank account debit, calls in arrears, debit to share allotment.
In this, first of all, you will fill the allotment. Go to your journal entry, allotment account of number 2, allotment account of number 3. Allotment due is 3 lakh, out of which 40,000 already received. Difference of this is 2,60,000, which is to be received now. Come back to the question. Here there is a mention that Mr. U, who was allotted, words have to be read carefully, 1500 shares. When there are two cases of pro rata, it is important to be mentioned in a group, this shareholder belongs to which group, whether he is in this group or he belongs to group number B, which has to be very categorically given in the question. So they have mentioned here group number A, he failed to pay allotment. In this case, move to your working note, will make, because it is a sum of pro rata, oversubscription and default is at stage number 2 allotment. So two charts we have to prepare. First chart is calculation of share applied. How many shares actually he applied, we have to calculate it. Pro rata is in first group because he belongs to group A. So calculation will be a 40-30. 40,000 were the applications, 30,000 were the shares allotted. He is a holder, he has been allotted 1500 shares on the same unit. Allotted is here, so it will come right hand side 1500 allotted. We want to find applied, cross multiply in this case. This will become your 40,000 multiplied by 1500 divided by 30,000. So this is, we have to find shares applied for a defaulter. 40,000 applied, 30,000 allotted. He has been allotted group A 1500 shares. We will cross multiply. From here 4 zeros eliminated, 3, 5, 15, 5, 4, 20. So 2,000 shares were applied by him. Always shares applied should be more than shares allotted. Cross check it. Allotted were 1500 and applied are 2000. Moving on to your calculation number 2, calculation of calls in arrears. At the time of application, he received, application was received for 2000 shares multiplied by rupees 2. Company received 4,000 rupees at the time of application, but actually application due was on 1500 shares which were allotted to the shareholder. 1500 into 2 gives out 3,000. This is to be transferred to forfeiture. This difference of rupees 1,000 is surplus, which was to be adjusted during allotment. Next is second stage of calculation, allotment due. Shares are 1500. Rate is 5 plus 1, 6 including premium. 15,6 is 9,000. Out of 9,000 less surplus. Surplus is 1,000. This 8,000 is called in arrears. It's everything normal like a normal case. 8,000 would be transferred here in calls in arrear. Difference 2 lakh would be 2,000 is in bank. Now here is a change in the question. See attentively. After this he is saying he failed to pay allotment and his shares were immediately forfeited. Forfeiture entry will come here. Next is forfeiture entry only for 1500 shares. For this particular defaulter, Mr. U, he was holding 1500 shares. Company is going to forfeit his shares. Forfeiture entry will be share capital account debit. He has failed to pay security premium, so security premium account debit. This is another change. 2. Share forfeiture. 2. Calls in arrears. Here some calculations are required to calculate share capital. Quantity is 1500, but it's not fully called. Company is forfeiting the shares here at this stage. So your called up money is only 5 plus 2, 7. 7 is the called up. It's not 10. Only 2 stages are over. So 1500 into 7 will be your calculation. 1500 shares he is having multiplied by 7. This would be the amount which will be transferred to capital. 10,050.
10,500.
1500 multiplied by 7. About premium, 1500 shares, premium rate is rupees 1. Rupee 1. 1500 into 1 is 1500. Cost in arrear, you have only one cost in arrear, 8,000 rupees. Cost in arrear is 8,000 rupees. Calculate share forfeiture by difference and then compare it with this answer, it should match. We have here 12,000. 12,000 minus 8,000, difference will be 4,000. Total of debit is 12,000, subtract cost in arrear 8,000, difference is 4,000, which is equivalent to your chart. Moving on to your next entry, again there is a change, very important change. Now, company continued, company has to make call. Whenever companies forfeit the shares, what happens? It leads to reduction of share capital. Shares have been taken back. We had how many total shares which were allotted to public? 50. Out of 50,000, 1,500 company has taken back. How much are left in market? 48,500. This call will be made to 48,500 now, not 50,000. When during this sum, at any stage, company forfeits the shares and the call is made later on, the call will not be made on the total quantity. Out of 50,000 shares, 1,500 has been forfeited by the company, 1,500 shares are lying with the company. How many shares are in market now? 48,500. So this call of rupees 3 would be sent to remaining shareholder. Other example, for example, 20 students are there in a class, out of which 2 students after mid-term exams, they could not qualify, so they were rusticated. How many are left in the class? 18. So for 18, next installment will be told to pay. Institution will say remaining 18 to deposit, not 20. Because 2 are not now part of the class, part of the institution. Similarly, we have total 50,000 shares, but since company forfeited the shares before making call, 1,500 shares are now back with the company. We have to be careful while doing this entry if forfeiture is done before last stage. Entry will remain same, only calculation will change. It is share call account debit to equity share capital. This calculation would be done now on 48,500 shares multiplied by 3. This will give you 5,350, 5, 13, 40. 1,45,500. Next is stage number 7, when you have to receive. In this case, bank account debit, calls in arrears, debit to share call, 1,45,500. Again there is a change in the sum, one more change. He is saying that Mr. P from group B, and then he has told word applied, not allotted. Having applied for 1,200 shares, he failed to pay his call. We always do sum on allotted, not on applied. In this sum, for B, second defaulter, they have given applied shares, not allotted shares. So one more chart we will have to make it to find his allotted shares now. Here in this case of defaulter, first defaulter, it was given allotted. Sum was pro rata. So we calculated applied. Because applied are more, allotted are less, we do sum with allotted. Second, Mr. P's case, applied are given. Sum is a pro rata, he is in group B, this group. So now pro rata, this will be taken and we will be finding allotted shares for you. Calculation number, chart number 3, it will be calculation of allotted. How many shares were allotted? This is shareholder P and this was shareholder U. Two shareholders are there. In this case, similarly, pro rata is in second group is of 30,000 and 20,000. 30,000 allotted, applied. 20,000 allotted. Keep same units. In question 1200 is given applied. So 1200 will be written applied side. This side cross multiplication will be opposite side. 1200 applied. This will become cross multiplication. From here your calculation is 30,000 multiplied by 20,000 multiplied by 1200 divided by 30,000. 4 zeros eliminated, 3, 4, 12, 4 2s are 8, that means 800 shares were allotted to him. Always allotted should be less than applied. Applied were 1200, allotted is 800. Calls in area will be calculated on 800. Calculation is direct, we don't need to make any other chart. We were not knowing that company has given him how many shares. As a shareholder, he applied to company for 1200 shares. He did not pay his call money. We wanted to know how many shares were allotted because it is a pro rata lot. Calls in area will be flat, direct. Rate is 3. Shares are 800 followed by 1200. We have to do some with allotment. 800 shares company allotted him. 3 was the rate. He was supposed to pay 2400 rupees. He did not pay. That is calls in area. 800 multiplied by call rate direct. Difference 1,43,100. Entry number 8. His shares were forfeited. Some over. Here all the stages are over. He defaulted. Now company forfeited his shares also. How many shares Mr. P is having? 800. Keep in mind 800. We will do forfeiture entry with 800. Share capital account debit. There will be no security premium in his case because we have here security premium was already paid. Share capital account debit to share forfeiture to calls in arrears. Your capital 800 shares, rate is rupees 10. 800 into 10 will be 8,000 because all these stages were called from him. Company has given him chance up to call. It makes rupees 10. Shares were 800. 800 into 10 will become 8,000. Share calls in arrear. He defaulted only one stage. That is here 2400. So calls in arrear is 2400. Difference will be the share forfeiture. Share forfeiture is 5600. Share capital 800 shares company is forfeiting. Face value is rupees 10. There is no security premium because he has paid the allotment. When allotment is paid, premium is paid. Premium is paid, it is not shown. 2 share forfeiture, 2 calls in arrear. He defaulted only at one stage. This forfeiture is only his share. Only for P. So calls in arrear as it is will transfer. Difference of 8,000 and 2,400 is 5,600. This can be again cross checked. How? In forfeiture, we write the amount which has been paid. Come to this calculation. Face value is how much? 10. Out of 10, he failed to pay how much? 3. How much he paid? 7. Shares are 800. 800 into 7 is 5600. So it's cross check. Our answer is right. Moving on to next entry, which is your reissue entry. In this, he is saying out of these 1000 shares were reissued at rate rupees 8 fully paid. Out of these 1000 shares were reissued at rate rupees fully paid. Your entry for reissue will be bank account debit, forfeiture account debit to share capital. Quantity is 1000. Fully paid. Fully paid face value is 10. 1000 to 10 will give you 10,000. They are reissued at rate rupees 8. Bank is 1000 into 8, 8,000. Loss is 2 rupees, 1000 into 2, 2,000. Last entry to close forfeiture. This will be share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve. Here again one chart is there. There is a change again in this sum. What is that change and why is the change? This line. Whole of P. We have two defaulters. One defaulter is Mr. U. One defaulter is Mr. P. We have to see how many shares U was having. U was allotted 1500 shares. So quantity of shares, this is 1500 shares which were with U. How many shares were allotted to P? 800 shares. 800. Total shares which were with the company were 2300. But reissue is being done for 1000 shares. 1500 shares were with U. With P, 800 shares were there. Company has taken it back all. Total 2300 shares are lying with company. Out of 2300, they are reissuing only 1000. So they need to specify these 1000 belong to whom, whether they are of him or they are of him. That is why this statement is there. It has to be there in this case. Whenever more than one defaulter will be there at the time of reissue, it has to be clearly mentioned in the question whose shares you are reissuing full. They are saying full reissue has been done for P. Now see their forfeiture amounts. From these are shares. Next is profit. From U, go to his forfeiture entry. How much profit we earned from him? When we have done forfeiture entry number 5. This forfeiture entry is for shareholder U. Company earned a profit of 4,000. So forfeiture was 4,000. In case of P, for him, entry number 8, his forfeiture profit is 5,600. 5,600. When company is reissuing, his shares are reissued all, so full profit. Here you will do cross multiplication. For the last entry, we used to do proportionate to find out the profit. There are two parties now. His all shares are forfeited, all are reissued. So full profit will be taken. But from him 200 shares we are taking. Reissue are how many? 1000. 800 we have taken from P. 200 I have to take from another shareholder. So cross multiplication will be done here. This is why this calculation is done. For 1500 shares, when profits were 1500, your profit is 4000. When you have forfeiture, you are taking 200 shares from him, cross multiply. This will be 4000 multiplied by 200 divided by 1500. This 2 zeros eliminated. 5 3 15, 5 8 40. Then again 3 23 6 18 will come 0.6 10 eliminated 0 86 48 480. Approximately 480 is the profit from it. Add both the profits. From P, your profit was 5600 plus profit from U is 480. Total profit to company is 6080. From this you will subtract your loss, reissue entry loss. Loss in reissue entry is 2000. Difference is 4080 percent. 4080.